Samuel, look, I hope enough 49er fans start to appreciate Deebo Samuel. There's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of nastiness. It kind of reminds me of the Klay Thompson talk, where you think about Deebo Samuel being the ultimate tone setter. All he's done since he's been drafted here, and I get the Jones fracture his second year, and he got the big money contract. He was out of shape. He had his diva tendencies, and he turned a lot of fans off with the social media stuff. But when he's on that football field, and when there's a big game, I never worry about Deebo Samuel showing up, whether it's running routes, whether it's running jet sweeps, whether it's just trucking somebody, the back shoulder throw, touchdown catch that we just played coming into the segment. Deebo Samuel is playing at an elite level as well. Think about his last 5 games. I saw this from Kyle Matson, our old buddy Kyle Matson.
ESPN 1320.
Absolutely.
The Insiders doing a hell of a job.
10-12. Deebo Samuel's last 5 games, 25 catches, 455 receiving yards, 5 receiving touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. Kyle Matson later on tweeted that's a 17-game clip of 85 catches, 1,547 yards, 17 receiving touchdowns, and 10 rushing touchdowns. Now, obviously, he's not going to do that, but that's the type of pace he's on over the last 5 games.
So what you're telling me is, Bonte, not only do they have a Swiss Army knife in the backfield, times 2 if you want to put Deebo back there, but they have one when Christian McCaffrey and also Deebo Samuel.
They work so well together. Think about all the things you could do with both these guys. You would have lined Deebo up in the backfield, fine. You would have lined McCaffrey up in the slot, fine. You would have lined Deebo up in the slot, fine. You would have put McCaffrey out there wide, fine. You would have motioned McCaffrey out of the backfield. You can do so many things, and that's where Shanahan, quietly, nobody's talking about him being coach of the year. I think Dan Campbell may get it with the Detroit Lions.
Or DeMeco Ryans.
DeMeco Ryans with Houston. But why not Kyle Shanahan? This has by far been Shanahan's best job. His aggressive play calling, because one, he trusts the quarterback. He's in his bag. He adjusts well on the fly. They're keeping their foot on it. That was one thing about Shanahan that really bugged me. In the first maybe 5-6 years, it just irritated me. They wouldn't play aggressively in the second half.
They didn't have that killer instinct.
They'd sit on the ball, they'd take the air out of the game. And I get it. Maybe it was because of the quarterback. Maybe it was because of the personnel. But this year, Shanahan said, we're scoring 35 before the fourth quarter. Yeah. We're going to continue to run it up. We want to blow out the light bulbs on the scoreboard. That's the type of offense I want. So give credit to Kyle Shanahan for using all these weapons and putting them in premier positions to just ball out like they are. 45 points yesterday. They're averaging over 30, Lubman. 30 points a game.
He's the best coach in the NFL right now. I don't even think it's close at the moment. You can say, the guys that have won Super Bowls, great. They're not the best coaches right now. I'm looking at Andy Reid. What are they doing in KC right now?
Well, they're winning.
Great. They're winning against bad teams.
Don't do that to Andy Reid.
No. He's good. No. Right now, I'm saying Kyle Shanahan this season's been better than Andy Reid. I don't think that's that crazy. I mean, they won the Super Bowl last year. That's great. But right now, as it was, the 49ers have the best head coach. They have the best quarterback, and they have the best running back in football. They also have the best, again, I mentioned this at the top, the best linebacker. I think they have one of the best defensive ends who's coming off the reigning DPOY, friend of the show, and our friend, Nick Bosa. Find that entire interview that we had with him last week via YouTube.
So now he's got double-digit sacks again, Nick Bosa.
Shrug. There you go. I love doing that.
Now, he had an injury scare as well yesterday. I know people freaked out a little bit. He's all right. But he's all right. I
know he's quietly I just was looking at the defensive numbers too and the sack totals. He's quietly getting up there. He's at number 15, 10.5 sacks.
Wow.
It's pretty good. For a guy who we think is, having an off year, 10.5 stacks, pretty good.
Nah, and here's this, hey, is your foot fine, Nick Bosa?
Yeah.
Oh, there.
That was my impression of him.
Oh, do we got hotkeys up?
Oh, the hotkey's not working out there? It's all right. Sam will play it on his end as I vamp here for a second.
Is it back up? I'll play it. Let me try it again. Sam Lubman.
1, 2. It's all right.
Play.
We'll fix it.
All right.
Hashtag new studio. We had an update over the weekend. Things happen.
How long were we going to say new studio?
Well, probably for another year, but it's all right.
Rhea the Last Caster. Let's get the Rhea Last Caster on the roast. What's up, Rhea?
Great Victory Monday to you. I want to talk about Kyle Shanahan's chess move by having Deebo Samuel punt returning. Because if you notice, Arizona would never kick to him. They were always over his head, out of the end zone, because we were always going to be scared of what he can do. And that guaranteed us to be on the 25 every time. And then as soon as they put Ronnie Bell back there, they kicked to him. And I said, you better not fumble. And he did that whole mess. Luckily, it wasn't deemed a fumble and they, returned it for a touchdown. But I just noticed, I was like, that's a chess move, putting Deebo on punt returning, because we're guaranteed to be on the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
I love Kyle right now.
Kyle's coaching on the elite level, Rhea. That is something to watch, though, with Ronnie Bell. We know what happened in 2011 with our punt returns and our kickoff returns. That is an area they need to shore up. That cannot happen in these big games. Thanks for the call, Rhea. We appreciate it. And I know she's feeling good because her husband is a diehard Cowboy fan.
Oh, no.
So, she's walking around smiling from ear to ear.
That's tough.
While Cowboy fans are, who knows what Cowboy fans are doing.
You really hate to see that.
No, not really. Fan. Not really. Now, interesting here, before we get out to the lines again. Everybody's feeling good about the NFC West Championship. We get that. But 650 Comcast Business Text Line. Niners defense fell to ninth. They need to step up their game or we won't go far in the playoffs. But the great thing is this offense is carrying the load right now. But in the playoffs, you're going to have to tighten up. I'm not sure if they're going to average 30 points per game in the playoffs. Maybe they can. Maybe they just can. Maybe it's going to be one of those years where they just blow everybody away.
I mean, in the NFC, I don't see anyone on their level.
Yeah, who's going to stop them in the NFC? But this defense was a little off balance in that first half. Not a little, a lot. And Arizona doesn't have all these playmakers. Hollywood Brown was compromised with an injury. Trey McBride is their guy in the pass game.
He's sick. I like him.
I like James Conner. James Conner runs tough. They were blowing holes wide open. And it was unlike the 49ers yesterday to give up over 200 yards on the ground. Lubman, Spadone, gave up 202 yards.
Yeah, what was it?
234 yards. They gave up 7.8 yards a carry on the ground.
That's a lot. I mean,
That's a lot.
Kyler had
7.8 yards a carry is a lot.
Kyler had a bunch of those scamper ones towards the end. Like, he had 68 of those yards, I'm looking at, right? Or something like that.
49 yards.
49 yards, something like that. So,
but James Conner, 14 carries, 86 yards.
Okay.
That's 6 yards a pop. Okay. Right. That's not good.
Okay, you're missing two of your starters. Obviously, that hurts. Armstead and Hargrave. That's what I look at with that. They won the game, right?
Nobody's complaining. Nobody's complaining.
But what I'm saying is, if this happens again next week against the Baltimore Ravens, then it's a trend that I'm concerned. As of right now, it's a one-off. You were missing two of your starters. Keep it in the back of your mind, Bonte. But if it happens again, then we could be a little bit concerned about it because games tend to shrink in the playoffs.
They do.
You want to do that against this Niners team. Now, if I'm an opposing coach and I'm looking at it, if I'm, let's say, a team like Detroit, right, and we're playing in the Niners.
Control offense.
I want Jahmyr Gibbs to get 30 touches. I do not want Jared Goff to be the guy to win us this game.
Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
There you go. Split them up.
Split them up there.
That's a nice 1-2 punch they got there.
That is good. That is good. But just keep bookmark it.
Put a pin in it.
You play in Baltimore this week, and Baltimore loves to run the football. You got the Rams the last week of the season. Kerryon Williams is running the ball very well. The Rams are all of a sudden playing physical football. And we know what happens in the playoffs. It's physical. So it's just something to be, I'm not overly concerned because I want to see Armstead and Hargrave get back.
I'm optimistic, by the way.
Kinlaw, Givens.
You, Brian.
Kinlaw, Givens, they had a great opportunity to show their stuff as starters. And you know what? Arizona had holes open all day long, running up the middle. So those guys got to be better in the trenches. Javon Kinlaw and Kevin Givens there. Let's go to Can Opener Cal in St. Louis. Can Opener Cal. What's happening, man? You're up early, Can Opener Cal.
I sure am, man. Congrats on both teams. Timer, 49ers. Spanking me, man. Spanking me, man. Spanking me, man. Donnie Bonte.
All time.
You make us happy. Spanking us, man. Hey.
That's pretty damn good.
Well,
that's
anyway,
good.
Man,
making me happy.
I knew CMC was special when he played at Stanford, man, even though I was an Ohio State fan and I was going for Ezekiel Elliott. But that man been special since he was in Stanford. And bringing him to the 49ers, man, yeah, he is that Swiss Army knife, man. And but I told y'all when they was about to play the Eagles, guys, come on, man. Y'all got the fear of God in every team out there. The Eagles failed. The Cowboys failed. Guess who's still standing? Oh, my God, them 49ers, and they looking good. But, Vontae, sometimes you got to get hit in the mouth, man. I want to see somebody get hit in the mouth and see if they sit up and pull themselves up and stand up and then persevere after that. And that's what the 49ers are doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, I hear you. You can't open the cow. Can't open the cow. How about the Dubs, though? Real quick. I got to sneak it in because you're one of the biggest Warrior fans we have.
Hey, how many predictions and fruitions do I got to make come true, man? Didn't I say that they needed TJD out there, man? And my boy, man, I told everybody about BP. He looking good. And Killer Clay, oh, my God, he getting his bag. If it's with the Warriors or not, he getting his bag. But also, I did say that Steph Curry, man, he's letting that pressure get to him and stuff like that, man. He's letting that pressure get to him. He need to just play his game. If it ain't there, man, just go ahead and do a little bit of assisting and stuff like that. But the thing about Clay is, Clay don't matter about criticism. He puts on that hard hat and he brings it every game, guys. And I told y'all that. But I just want to remember, man, come on, man, I'm going to have to get paid for these hot takes I got, man.
hey, can't open the cow. You got no checks coming from Odyssey, that's for sure. But we appreciate the phone call. Yes. You call toll free 888-957-9570. Ken over the cow.
We're feeling good, Bonte.
We're all feeling good.
It's a victory Monday.